person's ability to move, maintain balance, maintain posture. Now, cerebral palsy mainly affects the muscles that control the above mentioned activities. So these muscles mainly are either they're affected or they have problems in them. So today we would be focusing on the upper extremity problems faced by children with cerebral palsy. Uh, so understanding CP, there are 5 being the least problematic to level 5 being the majorly affected uh, thing. So briefly describing level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now going to the upper extremity problems. We are mainly focusing on the upper extremity because we want to focus on the aids to operate computers. So they involve involuntary or jerky movements, incoordinated movements or lack of sensations, grasping difficulties, lack of fine motor skills, or muscle tones problem. Now, with these problems, children have n number of things which a child is not able to do, or they have hurdles to achieve their activities. So we use assistive technologies to fulfill their activities. Now, understanding the effects of assistive technology in cerebral palsy. I have mainly chosen 5 main agendas to perform daily living activities because children who are affected, they majorly are dependent on someone else to perform their daily living activities. There are people who are unable to, they're unable without sights or hearing or speech or movements. They also lack in performing the activities. Assistive technologies also support growth and development processes for children who are above 18. They also facilitate in learning functions to learn computers, devices, technologies, or in academic functions. They also provide securities and convenience. Now, we had talked previously about people or children facing problems in doing n number of things. We have assistive technologies for all types of disabilities where children can perform any activity as per their own wish with the help of assistive technology. Today, we are specifically focusing on operating a computer, tablet, or a phone. So, if I ask you, what do you use to operate a computer? Can does somebody answer, like, what do you use to operate a computer?
We need our fingers to type on the keyboard.
Yes, so you need your fingers, you need your hands.
Eye contact, ma'am.
You can also do it with elbows or legs. Is this the limitation?
No, hand-to-eye coordination also required.
Eye contact.
Muscle control.
Exactly. So you can operate computers with your cheeks, mouth, speech, head, eyes, combination of head and teeth, head and puff, head and finger, head and motion. These are the various things which help you to operate computer, tablet, or phone. So the assistive technologies for operating computers are subdivided into 6 categories, namely assistive mouse, keyboards, keyguards, pointers, gazing devices, and accessibility shortcuts. We'll first go through the assistive mouse. Now, starting with assistive mouse, what do you think? If you give your child an assistive mouse, will he or she be able to operate it at first go? Is it a yes or
No.
No.
No, she will.
Without.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, could you explain what an assistive mouse is?
I think Radhika is having a little bit of network issue.
okay. I am back on.
Yeah, so you'll need to share again your screen.
Oh, okay. So I'm really sorry for this, but can you just get me where did this stop?
Radhika, we were talking about, you had asked a question about assistive device, assistive mouse, whether a child will be able to
Okay.
use it.
Perfect. So do you think if I give your child an assistive mouse, will he or she be able to operate it at first glance or first go?
Ma'am, would you be able to explain what an assistive mouse is?
Yes, so basically assistive mouse are mouse of different kinds. So if I give you any type of mouse, will they be able to use it without any proper training?
No.
Yes.
No.
So no, they won't be able to use it because they need to be trained to use assistive mouse. So now how will you train your child to use these mouses? Remember, we are talking about children. So what better than games? You give them n number of games and they'll be very happy to use and get themselves trained on that. So here I have given you list of games. They are online games which can be very helpful for your children to have assistive mouse or mouse practice. So the first link basically gives you training about having mouse grips and mouse. तो माउस कैसे पकड़ना है और माउस कैसे लेफ्ट फर्स्ट लिंक will train you up. The second link is about mouse grip and single click. आपको माउस है और उसको क्लिक्स कैसे करना है. The third is about drag and drop. So with that, I'll show you different assistive mouses. The first mouse is called big trackball mouse. This is a mouse which can be operated with your hands, legs, or any part of your body. There are two additional switches which you can attach to this mouse. So basically, this mouse is something like this. This is the big tracker ball, which operates as your trackball mouse. So आप घुमा सकते हो और ये cursor आपकी screen पे घूमेगा. This blue keys, they act as your left click. Then there are two side slots. You can attach two additional switch keys to this mouse. The second are corded or cordless trackball mouses. These are small grip mouses which can be used. They are quite similar to the big trackball mouse, and they can be used with your they can be used so that you have less arm and wrist movements. These mouse are very helpful to reduce your carpal tunnel disorders. The thirds are ergonomic mouses. These are operated both with left and right-handed, available for both directions, and this also reduces the possibility of carpal tunnel syndrome. Next, we have number pad. Now, this mouse is available in majority of all keyboards. This you just have to switch on in the settings and you can use your number pad as your mouse. This eliminates the possibility of having mouse grips It is very easy to access and custom settings can be done. This is rollerball mouse, mainly operated by hands, but this can also be operated by your legs and other parts. The functions are very limited. It is just up, down, left, right, and the clicks. Then we have touchpad mouse, easily available in all laptops. It is very convenient to use and it is used by single finger. So here also you don't need to have your mouse grips or your fingers in the motion through which you use the mouse. Now you have seen different types of mouse. I'm pretty sure parents and therapists and professionals would be having the question that children are facing difficulties in visibility of the cursor. Cursor moves and they are not able to locate where the cursor is going. या फिर they are not able to locate the blink of the cursor. Usually when we see the blinks of the cursor, that is where you start typing. Third thing they face is mouse is moving too fast. So it is not in their control. These are the questions which I felt that children usually face when operating a mouse. But all these questions will be answered in the latter part. If you have similar questions, do ask me at the end of this presentation. Now, similar to mouse training, we also have games training to get yourself trained on using keyboards. The first link will give you to learn typing a single word on the keyboard and learning the layout of the keyboard. The second link will help you to learn letters, words, paragraphs, and number typing. The third link will teach you how to type letters of left hand and letters of right hand, which is the basic typing posture, what we usually use. And the last one will give you speed typing trainings. Now looking to the keyboards, assistive keyboards, the first one is colored keyboard. This is very, very famous for children in cerebral palsy because it is color coded. All vowels, consonants, numbers, and functions have different colors, which helps children to understand the keyboard layout and the difference in consonants and vowels too. So these keyboard, it is a big keyboard. It is a large sized keyboard. And the keys are 4 times bigger than normal keys.
I think the keys are 1 inch by 1 inch, Radhika, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, please. I just wanted to add that.
Yes, so the keys are quite bigger than the normal keyboard. So it is very easy for children to operate this keyboard. Also, this keyboard is also available in normal sized keyboards. Upon the request, we also make normal sized keyboards as color coded ones. Next is color contrast keyboards. This is mainly used by children who have color blindness and they can recognize dark fonts on light background. So this is the keyboard. Yellow and black is usually the best combination color we use for color blindness people. These keys are some little bit bigger than the normal sized keyboard. This is also very easy for children with cerebral palsy and fine.
Radhika, are you there?
I think she's having network issues.
She's here, but
She's here, yeah.
I am okay. I'm back
okay,
again.
you need to spotlight, share the screen again.
Hello,
Yeah.
Jasmeet.
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
So you'll need to share
Yeah, I
screen.
have no idea why this.
That's okay. Sometimes
That's fine.
technology baffles us.
So I would suggest, Radhika, when you are using the PowerPoint screen share, that time you can off your video, then you can on your video again later. So that way you'll have more bandwidth
Okay.
for talking. So it will not disconnect. So when you're sharing the slide, just
Okay,
off your
so I'll
video.
turn off my video right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So these are the ergonomic keyboards. They're mainly used by children who have muscle strains, fatigue, and other problems by using the keyboards. This reduces the problems. Also, children who cannot have the hand width according to the shoulder width. Just when we are typing on keyboard, our hand width is according to our shoulder width, right? So
Yes.
in this scenario,
Go ahead, Radhika. Radhika, you there?
oh, hello, Jasmeet.
Yes, you are we can hear you.
I'm trying another.
You want to log in from another unit, another laptop?
Police. Hello.
Yeah, Radhika, we can hear you.
Okay, I really apologize for this inconvenience.
That's okay. Don't worry about it.
It can happen to anyone, don't worry.
Yes, so we were on this ergonomic keyboards, and I'll just turn on my video for a sec to show you the posture.
Sure.
So this is the keyboard in which normally what happens is when you are typing, your hand is like this, right? जितना shoulder level होता है उतना ही आपका hand level होगा width में. But children who cannot have that width and जिनके हाथ ऐसे हैं, these are the keyboards which are very useful for them. Next, we have projection keyboards. These are portable keyboards and they're very useful for children having sensory problems. Children who can touch but who have problems in pressing the keys. Next, we have virtual keyboards. They are majorly used for children with cerebral palsy, spinal cord injury, ALS, and muscular dystrophy, where they cannot have their hands on the table to type, but they can pinpoint on the screen to operate the keyboard. So again, similar to questions arised in the mouse part, I am sure you would have questions like children have multiple key pressing. They cannot press one key at a time. Again, if they have to press two combination keys like Control S, They cannot do that. And keys are pressed for a longer amount of time. Is multiple keys are getting pressed. This is very useful for children having spasticity problems and who do not have control over their hand movements. So this is the key guard. It is completely customized and based on what keyboard you are using. In this key, if you are using this key guard, even if you have your entire hand over the keyboard, the keys are not pressed. To press the keys, you have to insert your finger in the button, through this button, and then only the keys will be pressed. So your problems for multiple keys pressing would be solved. Now, these are the keys used for keyboards. What about touch screen? When children are using touch screen, they also have multiple keys pressed there. So these are the key guards which you can use keyboard or an application. The next customized based on child's need and comfort, and they are made with the help of different materials. These pointers act as your fingers, and with the help of this pointer, this is the new innovation that we have done, is using pencil grips as your pointers. Now, pencil grips are mainly used for writing purpose. The similar thing can be
Radhika, we lost you again. So Neha and everyone, or most of the products are what Radhika is showing us here today are available with her. At the end, we will share her details, so y'all can be in touch with her to get all kinds of keyboards, the key guard, the mouse, all of these are available with her.
am I audible now?
Yes, Radhika, you are. Go ahead, Radhika.
Okay. So this pencil grips are also used as pointers where we insert stylus instead of pencil. So if you insert stylus instead of pencil, you can operate this for your keyboards and also for your touch screens. Now the small right black thing which you're seeing on the right side are called nail pointers. If you would have observed, when children are using touch screen, their nails tend to touch the screen first, so that इसलिए touch screen use नहीं होता, where you wear in your finger and the nail does not touch the screen.
Radhika, we lost you again.
Next, we would be talking about the gazing devices. These are the high-end expensive devices. Okay. What was the last slide which you guys could
We right now have
listen
gazing
to me?
technology, but Tanvi had requested if we could see a slide before the pencil grip.
Oh yes, sure. This one.
Radhika, I think you'll need to share screen again because the screen is not moving.
Is it visible? Oh, okay.
A slide before this.
Now,
No, it has not changed the screen.
which slide are you?
I think it's
Just slide just before this slide.
Is it touch screen pointer slide?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. A screen before touch screen pointer.
Before? Okay. Okay, I think just need it is lagging so much.
Sure. Let's go forward and we'll take it at the end if we can, do it at the end.
Should I connect it from another device?
Yeah, you can try that, but it's really the network that is the issue, not the device. Or can we do it without the PowerPoint? If you have these things that you can show it to us, then we'll just have you on the video and try it.
I do have, but it is almost the end of
Okay.
a showing device.
Okay. Let's go ahead with that. Let's show us the gazing devices and then we'll take it on a video and show the devices.
Okay, so these the gazing devices are of two categories, eye tracking and head tracking. I'll just fatafat show you the picture.
Sure. Okay, it's showing at the pointers right now.
And now,
So Radhika,
is it on the eye movement tracker?
Radhika, can you send me this over WhatsApp? Then I can share the screen from my end. So it'll reduce your bandwidth for some time.
Yeah, if you can share the PowerPoint with the Jasmeet, she can share it and you can talk.
Explain eye gazing technology is.
I think just go ahead with the recording. By the time we'll work on the other things.
Okay, so eye gazing device majorly is it tracks your eye movements. So there is a sensor which is attached to the bottom of your touch screen or your computer, and it tracks your eye movement. So if I am looking left, the mouse cursor will go left. If I am looking right, the cursor will go right. And the clicks which you perform are with the help of mouse or they are with the help of switch keys. Similarly, we have head tracking device, which tracks the movements of your head. Again, if I'm looking left, it goes left. Looking left, switch keys, with the help of which you can do the clicking purpose. So the switch keys are, you can operate it with the help of just hovering. आप ऐसे उस पे सिर्फ hover करो and the click will be performed. Second is, if you just touch the switch key, it will perform as your click. Third is, you have to press the switch key. Fourth, which is very interesting, is you can do the same with your foot. It is called foot switch. पैर से कर सकते हो. Fifth is finger. There is a small pulsometer thing which you can attach in the finger, and then you just do this and it will act as your clicks. Next two are your bite and your puff. There is an attachment like a microphone here, और जब आपको click करना है, you just have to bite that attachment and it will perform as your click. And the last one is puff. You just have to puff on that device and it will act as your click. So these are basically the switch keys available with your head tracking devices. Next, let us go to the accessibility shortcuts. If you remember, I had about the problems keyboards, right? So I have the answers here. The questions were problems in locating mouse cursor, or mouse is moving too fast, or unable to acquire mouse grips. There are easy settings in your own computer through which you can customize all these problems. If you go to a control panel, ease of access, making mouse easy to use. When you reach this point, you will see a dialog box coming, which will give you options: pointer visibility, control frequency of the mouse blinks, control speed of the cursor movements, and using number pad as your mouse. The similar options are also available for keyboards as going control, ease of access, making keyboard easy to use. Yes.
Can you repeat the last part? You broke off. The accessibility you discussed about how we can go into the accessibility option, right?
Yes. So you can go to control panel, ease of access. For mouse, you need to go to making mouse easy to use.
Okay.
There you will find options for large visible pointers. You can control the frequency of your mouse blinks. You can control the speed of the cursor movement. And you can use your number pad as your mouse. You can also control the speed of your mouse. The similar options or the similar settings are also available for keyboards. Going to control panel, ease of access, making keyboard easy to use. So people who are facing problems in doing combination keys together, say like Control C, Control V, you need to switch on your sticky keys. Second is toggle keys, where repetition will be controlled. If you are pressing two keys at the same time, the first key will be selected, the next key जो enter हो रही है, it will be entered after 2 to 3 seconds, which you can customize yourself. And third are filter keys, जहाँ पे if you are pressing a key for a longer time, only one input will be taken. And जितनी seconds आप decide करते हो, उतना seconds you can put it. If I am deciding के if the key is pressed for more than 5 seconds, then only one input will be taken. The next input will all go after 5 seconds. So these are the accessibility control points, which are the settings in your own computer, which you can do. Next, I had some case studies to share. Should I just speak it up or should I?
Radhika, if you can show it, it'll be great, you know.
Yes.
Let's type out. Let's hope the internet works with us.
Yes, I really hope. Okay. Okay, so she is an 8-year-old girl with level 3 cerebral palsy. We were struggling to teach her how to type, recognize alphabets, vowels, consonants, and numbers. We used this keyboard with her to understand the difference between vowels, consonants, function keys, and numbers. This keyboard also helped us out to teach her layout of the QWERTY keyboard. The QWERTY is the most common keyboard we use. So QWERTY keyboard ke understanding, it was very easy for us to teach her. Similarly, with the help of this keyboard, it also made it easy for us to teach her small letters, small ABCD. Now these keyboards are completely customized. We customize them based on the requirements. We also do capital ABCDs for children. The second is a 17-year-old boy with muscular dystrophy, initially diagnosed with cerebral palsy for almost 7 years of his life. Due to very high spasticity and uncontrolled hand movements, we had to change the placement of the keyboard. If you are seeing, I have hanged the keyboard on the table with the help of nails. This was the best posture through which the child was able to type letters. When he started with us, the typing speed was 1 letter a minute. The child is no more right now, but before he left, the typing speed was 8 to 10 letters a minute. And if you can see his hands, we have used customized pointer for him, which is just a pencil, a closed pencil with the help of which he was able to type press keys. We also used filter keys because he had problems of pressing the keys for a very long amount of time. He is a 25-year-old boy with level 5 cerebral palsy. If you can see, he is typing with his leg, the first finger, the thumb of the leg. He was trained initially to operate on large key keyboard, the colored keyboard. Gradually, we achieved success and we brought him to operate normal keyboard. He can easily type, he can use combination keys, and today he is pursuing his graduation. He is in arts college. And he uses number pad to operate like for the mouse functions. But for him, we have used accessibility shortcuts like sticky keys, filter keys, and toggle keys. तीनों इस्तेमाल किए थे हमने. And mouse shortcuts of reducing the speed of the mouse was also been used. He is a 20-year-old boy, again with level 5 CP. A very beautiful progress from large colored keyboard to normal laptop keyboard now. You can just see his head, but this is who he actually is. Looking to him, we could not initially think that he would reach to a certain extent. Today, he is independently able to book airline tickets, railway tickets, bus tickets, all by himself. And he is able to do data entry of the backed water bottle challenge which he gets. He can just operate the keyboard with right hand index finger. बाकी कुछ नहीं use हो सकता to operate computers. But with this, he was trained so well that he can open the laptop, turn on, open the website, enter password, search your requirements, and then book tickets for you. She is a 22-year-old girl with level 2 cerebral palsy. Again, we moved her from using large color keyboards to normal sized keyboard, and ये तो normal से भी छोटा है. It is a Logitech keyboard with touchscreen in it, touchpad in it, sorry. She had difficulties in getting the mouse grips because of her fine motor skills problems, but she is very affluent using the touchpads. She is very well trained to do all administrative data entry work. So with this, lives of children with disabilities, especially the cerebral palsy ones, have drastically changed. Training period, the duration of training period was good amount. It took us 2 years for the boy to get trained to book tickets independently. But today he is earning all by himself. So I think that was all from my side. I again would apologize for all the lag behinds and the delays and the running of the webinars and everything. So I'll be open to any question answers.
So, Radhika, there is a request to show the slide where a 8-year-old girl was operating the keyboard.
Yes. It is coming up.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
finally.
is the slide, Ashwin, that you were asking for. Ashwini. So, Radhika, if you would, many of them wanted to know where would these devices be available in India and how they can get in touch with you.
Should I stop the screen share?
Sure, I'll do that for you.
Okay. So these devices are available with us, and we also do customize these devices. So you can get in touch with Jasmeet and she can give you the contact number.
Sure.
The keyboards, especially the colored keyboards, we customize them. Normally they are available. I can give this green. I can give this keyboard. It is available with us. But if you want customization, this keyboards are in capital letters. We do the same in normal sized keyboards in small letters as well as capital letters. We don't encourage children to get to use these keyboards for a longer amount of time because we want them to progress. So initial training is on this keyboard, and then very slowly and steadily we switch them from the big colored keyboards to normal keyboards.
Okay. Radhika, couple of questions. One is, how does
Mhm.
one begin? Which is the first step to begin when a child he's interested in computers and he can use computers, would the first step be the big keyboard, or whether to assess the child, and do you do that kind of assessment?
Yes, so the first step always would be assessment, because in the assessment session, we would come to know what is the capability, caliber, and the level of the child. We would not want, if the child is capable of doing normal keyboards, we would not want him to train on the color keyboards.
Right.
So assessment would be the first step to do. Next, for any child, if you are training him on hard level things, the confidence usually goes down. But and it should not go down to certain level कि वो कभी फिर try ही ना करे, basically. So what we do is we boost their confidence initially. We take it to 100%, and then when we give them hard things, the confidence level drops to 50%, but it never goes to 0%.
Right.
It is easy for us to boost them again from 50%. It is very difficult to again motivate them from 0%. So पहले confidence दिलाओ, फिर difficult चीजें try out करो.
Right.
And games are the best options.
So, Radhika, I know we shared that in the slide. I would request you to have those links so I can send it by email to all our participants.
Yes, I would.
Yeah. But in terms of when you're working with a child with visual perceptions, would changing the keyboards be an option of using those yellow lit keyboards or yellow color keyboards?
Those are the keyboards for children with color blindness, जिनको different colors से दिक्कत होती है. Usually color blindness people go with two colors, either light background dark fonts or dark background light fonts. So if you give them those keyboards, it is easy for them to understand. जैसे normal keyboards होते हैं, usually the letters are engraved on the left top corner, the normal keyboards. Little bit difficult for children to analyze because of the font size. So what we do is we again customize those keyboards and engrave them with large fonts. So we have light background dark fonts and dark background light fonts, but larger ones.
And Radhika, on a personal front, I'm asking you, how do you increase children's speed of typing once they've learned to type? How do you work on, so that's also a question by one of the participants.
Yes, it is very interesting, and it is like my household methodology that I use. What I do is, normally to increase the speed of your typing, you need to type with more than one finger. I don't assume that all 10 fingers you would be using to type, but at least 2 or 3 fingers ho jaye, so the typing speed really boosts up. Now what do I do that? I teach them how to do left hand typing and right hand typing. It is available on keyboard. The F's and the J's are there. जिनके नीचे एक slight bar होता है to tell कि F के G and before that are all left-handed, and H and beyond that are right-handed. But it is not easy for children to understand. So what I do is I apply bindis on the alphabets. So all keys which are to be pressed with left hand would have bindis on them. So it is very easy for me to tell कि बिंदी वाला जो है वो left hand से करना है, बिंदी बगैर का जो है वो right hand से करना है.
Very innovative. Very innovative.
That's really innovative.
So another question is, children who have dystonia often have very shaky movements, so their fingers would tend to slide front and forward. I know you would tell me is the keyboard guard would be an excellent tool for them. What other things can they look at? Where do they start from?
So they can start from using large keyboards first.
Mhm.
But again, if they have very shaky movements, keyguard is the best option for them to use. If they don't want it, then accessibility shortcuts of switch keys or filter keys would be the option. But again, it is a slow process thing. क्योंकि 5 उंगलियां डाल दोगे तो एक तो प्रेस हो ही जाएगी, नो की गार्ड नहीं है तो one that is pressed may be the wrong key. You want to press D, but if you're putting your palm, everything which is beside that alphabet will be, would suggest initially starting from colored keyboard and using the key guard. Once the child is adapted to that, slowly you can take away the key guard, use toggle and filter key settings, then slowly remove those settings.
What is an ideal speed of typing for a child with cerebral palsy? I don't
It depends from child to child.
right.
Currently I have a child who is CP level 1. His typing speed is 35 to 40.
Wow.
Wow, that's some speed.
Yes. So, which is like you cannot find it in every child. So the children cannot be compared basically. And I also showed you a case where we had this 17-year-old boy with dystonia, muscular dystrophy, and his speed was 1 letter a minute initially. And we could take it up to 8, maximum 10 letters a minute. So it depends from child to child. But I would say the more the practice, the more the speed.
Yes, speed will increase. At least
Yes.
it will always get better than before.
Yes. And you should always start practicing by single letter clicks. I have, single alphabets. I have a game in the list I had provided, which gives you single pressing. From single, then you go to 2 letters, then 3, then a word, then 2-word sentence, and then a sentence.
So does the keyboard not hamper the visibility of the alphabet, especially for kids who don't have great erect sitting posture?
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
So does the key guard not hamper the visibility of the alphabet, especially
No.
for a kid who does not have an erect posture?
I'll show you. The keyguard that I have made for the colored keyboard is this.
Transparent.
A transparent one. So when you keep this on this keyboard, the keys, the visibility would not be hindered. I'll show you by keeping it on the keyboard.
Yes, Sapna, the customized keypads are keycards are available.
Can you see? So the visibility is not hindered.
So there's one question with Markhand. It's not related to the devices. He says that his son speaks very clearly, but he gets a writer during his exams. He's in 10th standard. Is there any software that which can he use? You know, like how we were discussing the other day about Dragonfly. So
Yes.
any software
Yes.
that he can use which will convert to text?
Speech to text.
Yes. So speech to text are the softwares. Dragon as of now is one of the best software available, but there are also other softwares which are available. But for these softwares, the child has to be trained first. And trained in the sense he has to spend more time. He has to play with the software, because these speech to text softwares, they have artificial intelligence in them, which recognizes your accent. So you'll have to play with the softwares. Plus, I use an application in my phone to communicate with deaf and mute people. It is an inbuilt software in Android. It says Google Transcribe.
Yes.
So whatever you speak, it will come. And the best thing is it is available in so many languages.
Yes.
So it is again a best tool, if you have clear speech.
I was
I'm
sorry. So like you
Yes.
said, it's a very slow process. You need to practice for, at least 100 of hours before you start seeing the soft
yes.
understanding the language of the child, even however clear, even my language for that matter, to understand my dialect, my pronunciation, and then to adapt its whole vocabulary. So it's a trial and error, but we as parents and as therapists, we need to stick to it. We need to be a little more with the child and practice it with the child over a period of time before we hit success, right?
Yes. And again, games and stories are the best way to train your child on them. Just ask them to narrate a story for you, a small story for you, with the help of this software. So the child does not feel that he's been trained by on using the software, but he'll be happy to share a story, and then you can come to know what is the uh, achievement level, what is the precision level of the speech.
Right. So that was the end of our question sessions. And thank you, Radhika. It's been an honor to have you. And I'm sure we are going to be back again with the communication devices, AAC devices. So thank you everybody for being such wonderful participants for our workshop, for our webinar today. And please be safe and keep safe distance. God bless you all. Thanks, Radhika.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you
Radhika.
so much. Thank you so much.
Bye, everybody. Take care.
Bye.
Yes, we will mail you all the details about the devices.